Hey everybody, this is Dale with Networking Step by Step, and in today's video cheat sheet we're going to be configuring route summarization when redistributing routes into OSPF. First we're going to do some baseline show commands to see what routes are being propagated, and then we're going to summarize the redistributed routes on the area border router that the routes are coming from, and then we're going to do some verification show commands to make sure that the routes were summarized. Let's look at the network. Router 1 is redistributing some routes into OSPF Area 2 and advertising them up to Router 2. Router 2 is the area border router for the Area 2 between routers 2 and 1, so it's going to be doing the summarization of the redistributed routes. And then we're going to be on Router 3 doing the show commands to ensure that the routes were summarized. So let's start off on Router 3 to get a baseline with the show IP route, pipe include 11 dot. And here's the two routes right here. These are the redistributed routes. They're E1 type routes. So they were redistributed in on router 1, and the E1 signifies that they keep track of the OSPF metric as they traverse the network. And we have two of these prefixes, and they're both /25s. So what we're going to do is on router 2, the area border router for OSPF Area 2, between routers 2 and 1, we're going to use the summary address, and we're going to summarize these two prefixes, these two /25s, into one /24. So let's go over to router 2 and do that. Once again, you only do this on the area border router of the area in which you want to summarize the prefixes that are being redistributed into OSPF where the prefixes are coming from. Alright, so we added the summary address and we told it once again what we wanted to aggregate those two prefixes to. Let's go back over to router 3 and do the show IP route command again that we did previously. And remember, before we had the two prefixes that were /25s, and now we only have one prefix. It's 11.11.11.0 as a /24, and it sees it still as an external type 1. So once again, to summarize routes when the routes have been redistributed into OSPF, you use the summary-address command underneath the router OSPF process ID on the area border router the prefixes are coming from. And then you set up what you want to aggregate the routes to. In this case, we decided to aggregate them to a /24. Hope this has helped. Maybe you can use it in your network, and we'll see you guys on the next video cheat sheet.